audio on, mic is working, desktop is working. We are good to go. Welcome to the Action Sturge. Tonight we are playing some Dungeon World. We're on episode 3, and we've had some crazy stuff happening so far. One of my favorite highlights from last game was the barbarian literally had a giant by the balls, and that was a good time. So um, negotiations were made. Uh, so um, so welcome to this. We do this every Wednesday at 8 p.m. I'm gonna let everybody go around and introduce themselves and who they will be playing, and if they want to add in like a one-liner about who their character is, they can go ahead and do that. And then we'll talk about dndwow.com, and then we'll start. So Harrison, why don't you start us off?
Hello, everybody. My name is Fork Puff. I'm a part of the Action Sturge. I'm playing Harrison, the human bard, and he is full of love and sunshine and rainbows, and he loves to be so caring with his crew.
All right, Aziz.
Hey.
Aziz.
My name is Terry. I'm a member of the Action Sturge, and I am playing Aziz, the halfling druid, whose curious side is more than likely going to be the end of him.
And thus adventure. Rook.
Hello, I am the Deacon Smith. I'll be playing Rook, the mischievous halfling thief. That's about all there's to it.
Beautiful. And Tyrion.
I am Brian, aka the Plastered Dragon, and I am a member of the Action Sturge. I also have my own stream called the Plastered Dragon. I hang out here, subscribe here, all that fun stuff. And I am playing Tyrion, a human cleric who is a bit gruff, but fights for the downtrodden.
Very nice. And last but certainly not least, Harold.
Hi, I'm Mordcake, and I'm playing the human barbarian Harold Hellstrom, a knockoff Viking-esque person that has a sort of a Robin Hood saga going on. Wants to do good, but probably stumbles into more tomfoolery than most people. He doesn't quite know what he's doing.
All right, cool. And then if you are interested in getting some super awesome dice, check out one of our wonderful partners, dndwow.com. You can go and buy some dice there, and they have these big 30mm dice that you can get. And if you use the code theactionsturge at checkout, you can get a 10% discount off of one, and that's just super swell. So go check them out. Use our code. It helps them. It helps us. Helps everybody. And if you like what you see here today, check out our YouTube, which can be found in a link on our Twitch page, and go give this video a like and a sub when it comes out. And do that with all of our other videos too. And let's see. And hey Neverlander, how are you doing? We like you. We like you so much. We like everybody, but we like Neverlander too.
But we especially
We especially like Neverlander. I am trying to figure out how to turn the sound off on my widgets real quick, but I can't figure it out just at the moment, so I'll have to figure that out later. Alright, cool. So, let us begin. In a land that is divided by warlords, one crew must get their caravan to the Vulture's arena. So last time you guys had some excitement and some ruins. You awakened some ancient elven spirits. It was a grand old time. There was a vision that was had, or that was given to Aziz, of Harold falling in battle, and Harrison looking on in terror and possibly also about to be slaughtered. And you guys fought some giant and some goblins. Met a pretty cool dwarf. I had one retcon for last time, and this was to kind of fit in Harrison's level up with the spell book. It was mentioned that that Harrison's mentor Melvin Spelvin had passed through the town of Turnip, where the dwarf was residing, and they had some kind of interaction. I would have liked Melvin Spelvin to have left something behind, a spell book, and then once the dwarven found out who Harrison was and his connection to Melvin Spelvin, it occurred to him to give the spell book to Harrison, just to tie that together cohesively. But I think that's it. And so you guys are traveling up and away from the.
Remy, I know. He's like scratching
He's
himself.
gonna get his balls on stream somehow.
Oh
Right?
no, dude! Look at his peen.
He's
So
like, bah.
So you guys are traveling up and away, away from the Elvish ruins, and continuing your journey to Vulture's arena with the caravan. Now, were there any specific interactions that you guys needed to have with anybody before you left this area?
No, I can walk and talk with Harrison about the vision.
Okay.
I don't
And
know if I needed to interact with anybody there, but did we determine that I knew how to replace my holy symbol and it was just something I was going to have to work on? Or was there someone in the caravan I needed to do? Or should be someone back at the...
how do you?
back in the town?
Oops. How do you want to handle that? How do you think it should be handled? Or do you have any ideas as far as how?
I feel like the first one was given to me by the temple. You
Okay.
know, when I signed up, so I feel like it's something that I would have to fashion with my hands and then like consecrate or bless or pray over.
Okay.
Maybe cast a spell on or something.
Okay.
I think that would be the best way to create a new one. You know, imbue it with my will.
Right.
Since I don't know where the other one is. So maybe I'll.
It'll pop up eventually.
Yes, but will it eventually pop up before another undead creature tries to eat our souls? Is the thing.
I don't know.
Oh,
Only
man.
time will tell.
I'm not willing to take that chance. Someone make a new one.
Maybe
And
not.
then if it pops up, I'll
Maybe-
have two.
Maybe not with that
Spare.
tone. Okay, so okay, so that will take some time. Maybe like in your in your downtime, like if you're sitting around the fire, you can. All right, what are you gonna make it out of? Just like a.
What resources do you think do I have? Is it
Probably some wood or some stone or something, or just like something you can easily kind of.
yeah, like maybe some wood and stone.
Okay.
To make, like, and some string to make a little warhammer. It won't be gold like my old one.
Right.
I'll cast a spell on it to make it.
So it's this kind of crude, it's this kind of crude thing, but it will work. I imagine I don't know if you have a specific move for it, but I imagine if you were able to like petition your god or something. Oh yeah, maybe let's discuss that. Pull up your character sheet here.
Yeah, I was looking. I
Like if-
do have a commune is for just preparing spells. I
Right.
do have a divine guidance after I've done something combat related.
Oh, right.
So,
Like a personal victory thing.
right.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know if anything fits too neatly into that. So I think,
I mean,
yeah.
I could cast bless, which is normally, you know, like an aid in combat spell on an ally, but you know that seems to be or sanctify, which is kind of like a purifying of food and water and making food and water holy. It's not going to purify this for eating, but it would purify the wood and stone and make it holy.
Yeah.
And it says, food or water you hold in your hands when you cast the spell is consecrated by your deity. So,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, I guess go ahead and cast the spell and see. We'll see if anything crazy happens.
see if I can sanctify. A 7 is successful. And again, there's no really unwelcome attention happening right now. So I can either have that spell revoked until I commune again, or take a -1. I don't think I want to take a -1, so I'm going to just say I can't sanctify anything until we've had our long.
Okay.
So
And
sanctify is now temporarily gone, which would also make it kind of sense because I feel like I have to really power the sanctify to make it so that this is
yeah, I like that. I like that.
like really pumping the powering.
Right. And like it leaves its mark on you, like
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So before you guys leave that area, I think what is his name? What are the names of the people? What is his name? Duncan? Was that his name?
Duncan.
Okay, Duncan. Yeah, I'm
Duncan,
the
our
worst.
newest worshiper.
I'm the worst at remembering names. Duncan. Yeah, the thief, the one who the quote unquote thief. The one that is petitioned Harold to fight for Turnip Town in the at the Vulture's arena by challenging Stefan's Stefan's champion. And he is going to when the caravan is rising and ready to set off for the day. He's actually going to arrive at the caravan, and you guys are going to kind of see like he's sort of walking up and down the length of the caravan. It looks like he's searching for you guys, and I'll say that one of you sees him first. Who will that be?
I'm okay seeing him.
Okay, so Tyrion, so you'll see him kind of like looking up and down. You can probably tell he's looking for you guys. What do you do?
I'll wave.
Yeah, he'll his eyes will like light up, and he'll start running across the running down the caravan towards you, and he's going to oops, tear it down. He's going to have this like little sack over his shoulder, and he says, so where are we heading?
The Vulture's arena, but are you sure that this is your?
And he says, I feel like a coward running away from these problems, and if Harold the Great's gonna go fight for our town, I want to do everything I can to help.
I understand, but there are steps in between the extremes of coward and suicidal maniac.
And there's just some people that aren't made out to fight.
And
right, and I pat Harris on the back.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
summon the
exactly.
light of a bard.
And he's going to look a little he's going to get a little flustered at this, and he's going to point to your leg, where he had so previously hit you with the arrow, Harold, and he's going to say, I'm a pretty good shot.
You didn't hit a vital spot. I have a pretty big neck.
And he kind of like looks askance, but he doesn't say anything.
Your point is well taken, but there is a difference between shooting an enemy in the woods and facing a champion in an arena. Perhaps gain skill before you put your life on the line against such a deadly foe. You are still welcome to join us, but
He is? What?
Harold, I cannot turn someone against the course of fighting for the downtrodden, if that is what he truly wishes. I can't.
But he's a
take
kid. It will be suicide.
We won't let him throw his life away, but he can certainly learn. No?
He'll fall
That's
to
true. You can watch.
he'll fall to one knee and he'll say, I swear I will try my hardest to become better. He says, after seeing you fight that giant, after seeing all of you put your lives on the line to defend my people, and I just sat there and did nothing while I rode the
How
rhino.
melodramatic.
He does have a flair for the dramatic. Maybe you can use it.
There's enough of me to go around.
That's fair.
And around and around.
And you promise to listen when we tell you not to do something stupid.
Of course, of course.
Fine. Fine. We'll take him.
I'm gonna look at Harold and say, "Was that sincere? I'm not good at that sort."
I'm listening to you, man. You're closer to your god than I am with you. My gods, they don't really talk to me. You figure this out.
Tyrion, I don't even think he knows what sincere means.
Shut up.
Well,
He's like, yeah, of course.
it's on my head then. I'll take responsibility for it. Gods help us all.
Right.
And so, Nana has been hanging out with that moon elf. She's been poring over the 5 tomes that were taken from those ruins, and she's found some stuff she's pretty excited about, but she doesn't really understand what it is, and she's kind of getting the moon elf's opinion on things. The moon elf seems to be or Fala seems to be more than eager to help her out with some of this stuff, and so they've been kind of buddy for some of the travel to the next destination.
I'm trying to hang out with the moon elf as well.
Yes, and so one of these tomes, which might interest you, seems to have seems to be something to do with some kind of herbal applications. There's lots of pictures of plants, and there are like recipes and stuff in this tome. And most of it is recognizable. Most of it you can look at the picture and say, like, I kind of know what that plant is, or I've seen that before. Some of the applications might be different, but there is one specific plant that you have never seen before, and there is a strange recipe to it, and it seems to be pretty potent, but you don't recognize it, and the moon elf isn't quite sure. Like, she can read the recipe, but she's not too sure like what the actual plant is. She's never seen it in the land before. So
Okay.
and if you would actually like to take one of those books, or at least like take the information from it, and if you can put that, or I can actually put that into your inventory as a resource to call upon later on if you make a spout lore about something. You can add a bonus to that if you have a book. I'll go ahead and put that in your.
Now,
stuff.
I don't know how languages work in this, but would I be able to pick up that Elvish? Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a very little bit. Like, I don't think you'd be able to pick because we're probably working with like a day or two of time here. And I don't think you'd be able to pick up I don't think you'd be conversational, but you could definitely pick up some key phrases, especially concerning like the plants and stuff when they're talking about that.
Right.
And the language will be very very odd to you, because it's not this ancient Elvish is almost like it's almost like it sounds like a song almost, like music when it's spoken.
Yeah, that's why I want to learn it.
Oops. And how are the rest of you busying yourselves during this travel?
I gotta talk with Harrison.
Okay.
Nose in my book. The spell book I
yes,
got.
your spell book, yes.
Tap you on the shoulder.
Jesus Christ. Sometimes I forget you're that massive. And I'll stand up, dust myself off, shut my book. How may I help you today? Would you like a bedtime story?
No, we need to talk about something serious.
I'm like looking, trying to read your face, but I give up because your face always looks like this.
You haven't seen all my faces, but sure.
No, those are all your faces. That's all you have. Anyway,
You
what
never
do we
seen
need
me
to
in bed.
talk about? What? What?
Come
Is
here.
that what you had to talk about? I don't want to talk about this. I open my book back up and say,
Come here.
yeah, you can just physically pick me up. Whoop. Set me on a little rock.
For like a second, like it puts you in the right direction.
Yeah.
Like, come on, walk. Come on.
Okay, so I'll comply. What do you need to speak of?
Aziz had a vision. And it's not a good one. I will die at the Heavens Arena.
And you're sure Aziz wasn't tripping out on some of that halfling pipe leaf, correct?
I am never sure that Aziz is not tripping on that halfling pipeweed. I am never sure. I believe that is why he chooses to become that ostrich thing that he always does. But any which way, I am still fearful of the gods, and I know their power, and I believe Aziz has some sort of connection to everything spiritual.
So,
but the thing is, Harrison, I'm not the only one dying.
Who else?
I'm looking at him. There's no one. Like, no.
Harrison,
am I
looks all
missing
around.
something? Yeah. Me?
Just after I die, you will fall to someone else's blade.
I'm confused. This vision has to be a load of malarkey. I'm not participating in the Vulture's arena. Are you kidding me? The Blood Bowl? Me? And I look at your face, and I see how serious you are, and I'm like, oh my. And I'll take a sip. Well, it's not like we can't. I mean, look at these people. We promised we'd win for them, and now we're going to die?
Yeah. I think I have somehow angered the gods.
Well, then you need to make up for it. Is it the coin?
Well, I'm not the only one who's made him angry now, is it?
I don't know. They haven't spoken to me ever.
They don't speak to me either, but they spoke to Aziz, and I'm fucking terrified.
All right. Well, maybe we can talk to Aziz and figure out how to make the gods happy again.
I'm thinking some sort of sacrifice.
All right. We'll get Rook and it'll all be good.
You what?
What? No. I got a better idea. And I looked like slyly at Duncan in the background.
I'm not sacrificing the kid.
It'd be an easy Duncan.
I mean, he would, but he's not of, my culture, my gods. Like, I don't have authority over him.
If we tell him
Back
it's for
home,
a good
yeah.
cause, it'll all be good. He won't want to let us down.
I thought my culture was supposed to be different from yours, but okay.
No. I only jest.
Good, at least one of us is.
What kind of sacrifices do your gods like? Are they animal?
Anything living.
Well, I'm sure there's something in these woods that I'll like look over in the woods and there's like a bunch of eyes like looking at me and stuff. But I'm not going alone. Maybe we should round up everybody and talk about what's happened.
Yeah, that might be for the best. I actually
Alright.
thought you would take this a lot worse. Honestly, I was trying to be a bit, kind in this, but you seem to take it very well. Like, better than me, because I'm fucking terrified and, just trying to keep together here.
No, it's all good. I really think Aziz might have just been tripping real hard on that halfling pipe weeds. Anyway, and I'll hop up on one of the wagons and I'll be like, "Tear, Aziz!" And maybe follow if you want to come. Everybody, come to this wagon. Please. I will pay you.
You can't pay anyone. You lost the one coin.
In balance.
Everyone has started to converge. They turn around and walk.
I love that. Yeah, you're losing them, Harrison.
I will make you some good food.
Well, I'll say you pulled more people than you were expecting at first, and then as you said, you'll pay them in ballots. The majority of them left, and then all that remain is the party proper. Duncan, the Fala, and her half giant, and Nana.
And then they're all there just because they know they have to be. It's not because they want a ballot.
Correct.
Can we say that while they were having this conversation, that I was trying real hard to give our rogue friend here a religion lesson regarding perspectiveness? Because I imagine that Rook is not real interested. I'm trying to convert him still.
Oh yeah.
I love that shit.
Even if he's trying to walk away, Tyrion's just following him.
And I imagine Duncan's following me.
Yeah.
Like a little train of people wandering around.
I think Duncan's really taking to it. I think he's hanging off of your every word. He's seen you in battle. He saw you handle those 8 goblins at the same time, and he's trying to be. I think he's impressionable.
Oh God, he's absolutely impressionable. Talking about the armor.
Look, play. Yeah.
How do you how do you preach, so to speak? Do you have sermons? Do you tell stories? Do you train combat? What is your method?
I tailor it to the individual,
Okay.
and I have to get them to stop walking away from me first. And I'm Rook, are you actually stopping to listen to any of this, or am I chasing?
You probably you're not you're not chasing me, but I'm not exactly stopping either. I'm like,
Right.
yeah, okay, yeah. There's
He's still following.
I'm like sharpening my blade.
So at the moment, I'm probably talking to him about, the precepts of the religion and, the armor of God, protecting the downtrodden.
He's keeping a tally about how many times you say downtrodden. Like,
Does
Well,
Rook
imagine when he says golden hammer, that kind of sparks my interest a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I refer.
I try to change the subject immediately.
And of course, I'm too busy in a preaching mode to catch on to the fact that that's super suspicious. That when I said golden hammer, and you just like, nope, nothing to see here. I
It's
just
just
completely miss it.
It's just so funny, John, because you were like, so do you teach by sermons, hymnal, combat? Like, I can imagine him just beating the shit out of Rook. Like,
Well, he said. Well, he said he has trouble with them walking away. That's why you got to go for the legs first, and then.
This is the downtrodden, and we will not be forgotten. As he's like choking.
Listen, damn you! Listen!
You snap his kneecaps like you have to walk 10,000 miles in the shoes of the downtrodden.
That would actually probably
Can make
feel
him
good.
listen. But anyway, yes. So I will interrupt your preaching with my lovely singing, and as everybody comes forth, I will wave my hand to Harold. My good friend Harold has something he'd like to share with the rest of us.
Yeah,
Don't get nervous, big guy. Oh, that. I'm like behind you, giving like a shoulder massage. You're like, I'm going to die.
What are you, Harrison? What are you standing on? to reach his shoulders.
His magnificent buttocks. It's like Kim K with that glass of water.
On the wagon, so.
It's like a goddamn shelf.
Harrison's on the wagon. Yeah, and Harold's still on the ground.
Yeah.
And now they're about even.
Yes.
Do you mean?
Yeah, no, I'm dying, and so is Harrison.
For clarification, as I hop down from the wagon, and now I'm at his knee. Aziz had a vision, and I will gesture to Aziz, and it foretold an event at the Blood Bowl in the Vulture arena, in which Harold will die, and then shortly thereafter, I will as well. And I know we promised you, Duncan, that we would fight for Turnip Town, but we can't help but worry for our lives. And I wanted to know what you all think we should do. Should we still end up going anyway?
Duncan
is I wouldn't be afraid about not throwing my life away, but fighting to my death. But knowing that I will die means that I will just lose, which just fucking sucks, and I hate it. I kind of want to, don't do that. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, this vision did come from a creature that's known to cause madness. So the vision may not be true. It may be something to scare you away.
And there's always that as well. Of course I knew that. What do you think I know?
But it's specifically in the vision, I saw your battered body fall before a towering shadow. And Harrison was there cradling you. And it ended with Harrison looking up in terror at the shadow.
Well, then, to change the future, all we need to do is not have Harrison enter. The rest of us can still enter, and Harrison can support us musically from the side.
Was
That's
Harrison
future.
ever supposed to enter?
I'm like packing my things. Like,
I didn't think so. So Harrison, no matter what happens, do not enter that arena.
I never planned on it anyway.
Well, in some future, apparently, you chose to, and you died.
He's a stupid Harrison then. I don't know what he was on. That halfling pipeweed.
Hey, you go for high five.
Yeah.
We just call it pipeweed. Thank
Racist.
Duncan is absolutely appalled at the idea that Harold the Great could be defeated in combat. He says it must have been the maddening visions of some ancient and spiteful spirit. Harold, you're the greatest warrior in the land. No one can defeat you. And with Tyrion by your side, I don't see how the two of you could ever fall in battle.
I mean, even the greatest warrior can fall to many men. Like, one wrong move and you're dead. We're all mortals.
And let us not discount treachery.
Yeah, bro.
I don't Tyrion, like, confused. Like, huh, who?
Who's treachery?
And
Not
I
a
think
person, a deed.
I think Duncan will quote one of your like sermons right back to you at this point. Something like just something like verbatim, like treachery in combat is for cowards alone.
You
Ew.
learn well.
Oh. I'm gonna get sick.
But
You
those
should be reciting one of my songs.
And
Well,
so, oh, go ahead.
Well, spend more time with the boy, and he might.
No, thank you. Yeah, I just look at Duncan. I'm like, well, once we get that style all fixed up, then we'll talk.
I'm raising this child alone.
And he'll say,
You're a helicopter, Papa.
The helicopter pop.
and he'll quote Tyrion once more and say, "It is not the outward appearance of a soldier of God. It is the inward purity of his heart that matters."
Oh, it all depends what city you're in there. Here. Look, I'll let you borrow. You're about my size. You can borrow this cape. It's satin. You ruin it, you're dead. I'll have Harold get at you.
I'm not getting at him if it destroys your clothing.
But it's so nice feel, and I'll put it like on your face.
That is very nice.
Exactly. So, Duncan, I trust you to wear this beautiful cape.
So Nana is also going to take this moment, this time to.
I won't keep it.
No, he'll take it and everything. Like you're like putting it on him. He looks uncomfortable wearing it. But Nana at this time will also take a moment to draw attention to something that she has discovered in one of the tomes that was recovered. She says, "I have found some unsettling knowledge packed away in these tomes."
Worse than us dying? Go on.
No, what is it, Nana? He's depressed. Leave him alone.
She's going to flip the book around to show you a very detailed sketch of some device, and it looks maybe Harrison would recognize it with your association with Melvin Spelvin and the Perpetual Tower. Yeah, you could spout lore if you'd like.
Okay.
I would like to take a look at it and try and spout lore as well, if at all possible.
Yes, absolutely.
The GM will only tell you something interesting. It's on you how to make it useful.
Yeah. It's about what we expected, isn't it?
Mark XP. But I rolled an 8.
Yes. So something interesting. So it looks like a small well, I guess just by the picture alone you can't tell the scale of the thing, but it looks it is some mechanical structure that seems to hold aloft these orbs. And the way that the mechanical structure is oriented, it looks as though these orbs are meant to slide around these like rings. And after a moment of looking at it, you realize that it must be some display of heavenly bodies, and perhaps there's some mechanism that um, imitates their movements, and like a simulation of the movements of the heavenly bodies, and that is what you pull from it. Harold, you're trying to put it together.
I think I'm just like burning up, like steam is coming out of my ears, like full on cartoon moment here, like yeah, my brain just fried.
And just before Nana is about to explain actually what's going on, the caravan is going to fun fact, you guys have been moving the whole time. The caravan is going to come to a halt, and there are going to be some exclamations of displeasure, some tamer than others, but basically everything's just gonna grind to a halt. And I think there's probably about maybe 12 carts in this whole like little caravan, and word is quickly going to spread from the front to where you guys are, probably in the middle back, that something is obstructing the road ahead. Riker is going to hop out of the front of the cart, and he's going to say, he's gonna tell you, there seems to be something blocking the road up ahead. I don't know if you guys want to check it out. See if we can...
I'm on it.
May as well.
I'm still just like looking at the picture. I haven't heard shit. I
Shut the
don't
book.
even stop. Like I have no clue what's going on in the outside world.
There's like a vein, like bulging, like. I will shut the book in front of you.
Where'd he go? What? Where am I?
What is
Harold, there's possibly an enemy up ahead.
I should have.
Pick up my dagger in this.
I should have inflicted the like the stunned or the confused condition on Harold.
Oh, it's fine. I did that to myself.
But no, the caravan has stopped, and as you guys near the front of your caravan, you can see that so you've basically made it into some hilly terrain, and there are these large hills that sort of rise up, and there is a road that sort of weaves in between them. And up ahead at the entrance to one of these, I guess what's the place in between two hills?
A valley?
Valley, I guess. Yeah, but very small, right? So so in this valley, at the edge of the road before it enters into the valley, you'll see a couple other carts gathered up. They have stopped as well, and as the caravan as a whole sort of nears them, you can hear a loud voice rising up over the other caravans, and proclaiming, well, I don't see why we have to wait for the goddamn Crimson Blades to come clean this mess up. Is there not one among you who can slay the beast? I mean, what are we paying for you caravan guards anyway?
I start running. I heard beast.
Now, Harrison, you recognize this voice. every obnoxious pronunciation or over pronunciation of every word, his sickening melodic tendency in every sentence, his arrogant his arrogant tone. This is none other than Clive Gesualdo. His voice.
I'm ahead of Harold.
And you can see he is standing up on one of the carts, and he's basically scolding their guards for their inaction.
Awesome.
I'll say to Duncan, shoot that man.
Now he has a unibrow, and he has very crude facial features. Like he's got a very prominent unibrow, and his eyes are a little too close together, and he's got kind of like a he's got kind of an odd shape to his face. Like maybe it's like a little too long, and a little too wide, and it looks like he would like be pursing his lips constantly, like in a very kind of noble, like a stereotypical like noble kind of way, and
Oh my.
very punchable face, and but he's dressed to the nines. Like he's got like he's dressed better than Harrison for sure. Like he's got like a brand new coat and vest, and he just looks like his clothing is like amazing. His silk cape is like silk on the inside, and has this, it's like peppered with or it's got this like fur on the outside and around the shoulders and stuff. And yeah, so he's standing up there. What are you guys doing?
I have a quick question.
Yes.
When was the last time I actually got to see Clive Gesualdo?
I think it was probably.
Was it a good long time ago? Because if this is the first time I've seen him in a minute, I'm probably gonna want to kill him. Just because that he killed my lover and got away with it. Like, I want him dead. But like, if it's been like, I see him like every other day, like.
I think you've seen him a couple times since the unfortunate accident, as he explains it, and I don't think any of those times has been a particularly good experience. I think the last time you saw him, he was in the crowd watching you perform the ballad of Harold the Great. A song since then he has claimed to have written. So, and has convinced a good number of people that he has written.
As we're running, I'm going to just shout from, back where we are. It'll just kind of come from the crowd up ahead to whoever's up there. A holy blessing from Janrik the Golden Hammer upon whoever knocks the weasel from his perch.
I assume we all know about your beef with Clive.
Oh my god, you hear it every night before bed. Like, it's like the same story.
Especially when Harrison's deep in his cups, like.
Yeah, when I'm like really drunk. This asshole thinks he can steal my story and get away with it. Get your own backstory.
My question is, have we
reactions already?
have we listened to Harrison though? Like, have we actually taken in the knowledge?
If it gets repeated enough, even if you're not listening, it's going to stick.
That is true.
Tyrion,
yeah,
one of the reasons why he's protected. I mean, Harrison is small and downtrodden. Has had his life's work stolen by this man. I mean,
Yeah, I'm climbing up the top of that fucking wagon immediately. Hatred fueling me. Yeah, like what I imagined.
Like, want to get a hold of Harrison to protect him from himself. Like,
what I imagined what happened is like, Harold, you were running ahead, and I like ran up your giant fucking back and like jumped onto the wagon.
Which might be the most athletic you've ever seen Harrison be.
Yeah, and I'm terrified. I don't know what he's doing. I'm scared.
So Tyrion is going to shout his proclamation. That's going to get everybody's attention, including Clive. who's gonna look out and purse his lips and narrow his eyes, like, he pouts constantly, and he's going to the caravan guard will sort of turn and look as well. At that moment, Harrison is leaping off of Harold and towards the cart, and I think you're going to sort of land on the edge of the cart and kind of have to pull yourself up. And while you are, Clive is going to say, "Oh, Harrison, fancy meeting you here."
You're a murderer, and I'm like just like fire in my eyes, like. Psh.
And he says, "Oh, guards, guards." And they're going two of his guards are going to start scrambling up after you, Harrison. What are you gonna do though?
Get back, and I'll open my spell book. I'll take this whole caravan with me if you even get one step closer. I'll have you know I'm a 9th level wizard.
I disappear into the back of the caravan.
Okay.
I'll back up Harrison. Like you're just behind him, like a bigger brother in like middle school. Like you stand there like this.
It's like the movie My Bodyguard.
Yeah.
So the caravan guards are they're like looking. They're gonna look back at Clive, and he's gonna cross his arms and kind of stick out his lip even further, and he says likely story, just like all your other stories, Harrison.
You mean the ones you stole?
Oh, pish posh. So we shared a few creative discretions. I wouldn't call that stealing. If anything, you copied me.
I didn't copy. You watched me perform my Herald Great song.
And it was a decent performance. Little did you know, I had been composing a similar tune for months in advance.
A similar or the exact same, and then you killed Samantha.
Well, to be fair, Samantha died
It's
quite...
that guy! Like Harold gets...
And
he's an asshole. I look down to Harrison like, he's an asshole.
he says, what happened to Samantha is an unfortunate, tragic event. Something worth writing a song about, which I already have, and
Harold,
play quite
I either
regularly.
need you to hold me back, or you kill him.
Okay.
It's one of the two.
I was in the neck. Like,
Yeah. I'm like lashing wildly in the air. Like,
You should come
Big
hear me
memo,
play
come on.
sometime. Maybe if you're good, I can even get you front row seats at the Vulture's arena. And he poses.
it's such a shame all your hair went to your eyebrows instead of the top of your head. You'd probably look a lot better that way.
And he says, my beautifully shaped skull is the talk of the town.
I don't think in the
Which
way
town?
you'd like to hear.
Yes, there are many fine jokes about it, aren't
Anyhow.
there? Have you heard the one about Giswaldo's head?
And he's going to pout a little bit more, and he's going to say, but we're wasting daylight, aren't we? The road's blocked up ahead. I don't suppose your bodyguard there could take out the beast.
He could take out the beast, no problem. Where's your bodyguard?
He says, ugh, cowards, all of them. You pay good gold for protection on the road, and this is how they treat you. And he says, I would fire them if we didn't have the rest of the journey to go.
Hear that? He's calling you all cowards, I say again. A blessing from Janrik the Golden Hammer for the first one to pitch him from the top of this wagon.
So the wagon door will open, and this very this very round man will sort of crawl out of the cart, and he's also impeccably dressed, dark colors, and he has this long black hair that's been sort of slicked back, like greased back, and he has this like real like inscrutable look about him in his eyes, and
would I be able to recognize him?
You might be able to recognize him, but if Rook is anywhere in the area, he recognizes him right away.
Oh.
Yeah, like the.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
I was just saying now's about the time I start creeping up.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna recognize this guy immediately. He works for Gaspard. He's one of his higher level thugs, I guess. More like obviously like in more of like a management kind of role, but he's one of Gaspard's men, and you'll recognize his name as well. His name is Dwemir.
Okay.
And the interesting fact you know about him right off the bat is that he has an affinity for long and slow torture.
Oh.
Don't like him.
But he's going to
Stay away
say.
from him.
But he's going to say. He's going to get out of the cart and say, "The bard is a special guest of the Vulture's arena. He shall not be touched. However, due to the lack of courage amongst our hired guards, we will be willing to offer financial compensation to anyone who can clear the road before the Crimson Blades deem us worthy enough to show up."
Harold, no problem, should be able to take out this beast. But financial compensation is great and all, but I would like my songs to be recognized as my songs instead.
And he shrugs and he says, "How am I to know this squabbling amongst bards? Who wrote
You don't have to waste your money.
which song and that?"
Oh no, hold on. Speak for yourself now.
Shut up, not be one.
Nah, Harrison, I kind of want some cash too. I mean, you threw away the one gold I gave you, like.
I didn't throw it away. Duncan threw it away. Take that up with him.
Okay, that is fair. Donkey, give back my gold.
Who's speaking back there? Is that a voice I recognize? And he's going to search the crowd. Rook, what are you doing?
I'm making my way to the very front of the caravan to see the what we're up against.
Okay.
Titan.
We have a train on our end, so.
Yeah, it's all good.
Titan and the train.
Aziz, what have you been doing throughout this whole thing?
I was actually going to go on past the caravan
Mhm.
and check out this beast.
All right, so let's. How about you and Rook team up on that account? Now, Rook, are you going to to show yourself to this man, or no? Are you gonna definitely try to avoid his gaze?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to avoid this case. We're up. Me and the Z's are up ahead, and how far ahead of the caravan is the obstruction?
Um, probably like around a bend, or maybe like on a bend, so it's not directly in line of sight of the carts.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stealthily move ahead
Okay.
with the Z's.
With his ease. So when you guys round the corner while all the bickering and stuff is going on, and Harrison's trying to negotiate his own price, um, the when you come around the bend, you're going to see a creature in the road, on the path. It's got these feathered wings and this and a beak, and it's sort of lying down the road when you first approach, and then when it senses your presence, it's going to like stand up, and you can see that it's on it has four legs, and it's going to it's going to stand up on four legs, and it basically looks like a cross between an eagle and a horse. And as it stands up, it sort of takes a defensive posture and eyes you with its big eagle eye, and it's going to emit a low hiss.
Hmm. So can I, using spirit tongue, which means it has to be an animal native to my land,
Okay.
can I understand its intent? I don't know if this is a native creature or not.
I don't know either. What do you want? What do you think? Do you want to claim this animal as part of your land? Let me see if this
What is
gives.
this, a hippogriff?
Yes.
Spout lore.
Essentially.
That would be telling.
It has it under the Dark Woods division of monsters, but it doesn't really have like a plains one, so that could be anything really.
Well, it does say environment, grassland, hill, mountain.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if plains counts as a grassland.
Well, we're in the hills, right? So.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so you can talk with this thing, I suppose.
Okay.
Basically, it's definitely defensive. And but it's issuing a warning to you, to not come any closer. It's on the defensive, and it's poised to attack. What do you want to say to it?
Well, I'm gonna assume a neutral stance. Just kind of try to relax, and basically say we don't mean any harm, but we must pass.
Okay. And give me a discern reality with a +1, because of your spirit tongue, since you're able to communicate pretty well with it.
So that would be an 8.
Okay. So you can ask one of those questions.
Well, if it's issuing me a warning, what should I be on the lookout for?
They have incredibly sharp beaks, and the front half of this animal it has like eagle talons on the front half. These look very sharp and dangerous. also looks as though it would normally be capable of flight, but its left wing is sort of bent at this like really odd angle, and it doesn't look like it can actually make use of the flight.
Oh.
I got your back.
You look around, you don't see.
The shrubs are talking to me.
Yeah.
Nothing unusual here.
For the druid, no.
Yeah, no.
Are you?
Thank you, nature.
It appears you're. I'll try to. You're wounded. Is that the only reason you're here? Are you stuck here?
It is it's going to hiss again and sort of. I think it would trust, like, since you can communicate with it, I think it would trust you. It's going to sort of give a low hiss again, and then it's going to move slightly, and you're going to see that it is concealing beneath it a baby hippogriff that is lying on the ground beneath it, and it also looks injured, although more gravely so.
Well,
Harold and Harrison.
Does it want help?
I think it would allow you to help it. What do you intend to do?
Go get Harrison and get him to heal it.
if you're going to get Harrison, I'm literally walking with Harrison, like holding him, because if I let go, he'll tear his eyes out.
Yeah, I am like lashing around wildly. I want, give me my salts back, you asshole!
And Clive is just some people just can't handle the competition.
I swear to God,
I
I'll
kick his
cast
leg.
magic. Yeah,
I kick him. No, I kick him. Like whilst I'm walking by, I'm just kicking him.
He's going to in the way that a soccer player like pretends there's been a foul, like he's going to he's going to like scream out in pain and like hobble away from you and just make a big dramatic scene out of it. Nobody seems to care though.
So I'm assuming we come up to this giant, horrifying creature, and my jaw drops.
And Aziz is very close to it, closer than you would think he should be.
Can I do a discern realities on this?
Absolutely.
See if I can figure out what's up.
What is this?
You know
Baby?
everything.
Everything.
You get 3 questions, sir.
I get 3 questions. So, what happened to you recently?
You can tell that I think at this point you've sort of walked in. You see the injured beast, and then its injured young that it seems to be standing over protecting. There's been some kind of attack. You can see that the wing is broken, and there has been some attack. It looks to you to be animalistic in nature. So yeah. So like another.
It doesn't look like guards or something fought. It looks like it fought another creature.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And is there anything here that's not what it appears to be?
The the creature. Well, I think the creature doesn't look like it wants to be here. It just looks like it looks as though it's like it doesn't look like it's being actively aggressive. It's being mostly defensive, protecting the young one beneath it. I think too, you might also see that this creature might not have won the battle completely. With this attacking whatever attacked it.
So whatever attacked it could still be around.
Correct. Yeah.
So
it's not alone, or you don't think it's alone.
So I'm gonna relay that to everybody else because that kind of answers the what should we be on the lookout for. So I'll relay that to everybody and ask Aziz if I should approach and try and heal it. Or the baby.
I would like to heal this thing as quickly as possible.
So let's see. Tyrion. Well, I have a bond with you. I've insulted your deity, and you don't trust me. So is that an offer you would make?
It is because I've just assessed the situation, and I know that you can talk to the animals. So
yeah. Well, I mean, I will relay that it's injured, and so is it's young, and that's why it's stuck here. If we can heal it, then these noble creatures can go on about their way.
Harold, put me down.
And Harrison,
Right,
it makes for a great story.
I'll make it a wonderful story, and all these people from behind will see how awesome I am.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Wouldn't it
Damn
be
you,
better
Clive.
if we kill them?
No.
Maybe you can
Stop.
maybe you can heal the big one,
Yes.
and you can fly the little one away.
Or we'll see what happens when I heal. May I do my arcane art?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna let the creature know that these people are here to help.
Okay.
To fix its broken wing.
Okay. So Harrison will spout off will weave performance into a spell, and
Yeah, it'll like not be. I won't say anything. It'll just be like a little strumming on my lute. It'll be so magnificent and beautiful because 10. So fuck you, Clive. And I will heal it.
I'm gonna ask Rook and Harold and Duncan to kind of keep watch for whatever fought with this thing so it doesn't sneak up on us.
Okay.
I think we're going to a turtle situation. Like we're all looking in one direction, like back to back.
Are the other people seeing my performance, by the way?
Well,
Does
there's
Clive see it?
there's like a slight bend in the road, so they can't really see like what.
Come
what's
on. Are you serious? That's
yeah.
not fair.
It was.
That's the beauty. As long as the hippogriff is gone, they don't know what happened.
That's not the beauty.
The beauty is you get to make the story anything you want.
Yeah, but Clive's gonna steal it, Aziz.
Oh no, it's fine. I have a plan for that.
You're gonna rip out his vocal cords.
Among other
Okay,
things.
I have a new plan for that.
So you're healing the baby or the parent?
I'll start with the mama, and then I can heal the baby next if you'll allow it.
Well, Tyrion was also healing, so.
Oh, okay, yeah, so sure. Tyrion can heal the baby. I'll heal the mama.
Okay, Tyrion.
Oh, that was just that I have to roll the spell first. I thought
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
gonna be a spell. Hang on a second. I was on the wrong tab.
Hey.
Nice.
Okay. So you do the heal, and then go ahead and pick one of those.
I'm going to draw unwelcome attention to myself. That way, if there is like either I piss it off or like whatever was stalking it has
No, don't give him ideas.
I love you, Plastered. This is the beginning. This is the beginning of a beautiful relationship, Plastered.
Question before this. I feel like something bad's about to happen. Did we heal? Did we sleep and heal before?
Yeah.
Like to full or like just a bit?
I think the move.
So I gave the baby.
I'm still kind of hurt.
You would have made camp, so you would have been able to heal damage equal to half of your max HP.
Plus 1d6 from me.
Ah, there we go.
Okay. I'm good then.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's enough.
So the unwelcome attention from a crag in the from a crag in the side of the hill where some rocks have tumbled down and created sort of this like little cavern or little opening. You're going to hear this like loud snort, and then quick as a flash, this mass of flesh and horns is going to come charging at Tyrion. It is this huge thick boy boar.
Thick boy is what his name is.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it. Yeah, if he was like in WoW, he'd have like the little like dragon around his name.
Thick boy.
With 5 C's. I know he's damn thick.
And he's just gunning for Tyrion. The hippogriff sort of like cries out in alarm, and it's going to sort of rear back in a defensive posture. Tyrion, you're performing the heal on the creature, so you're pretty much occupied at that point. What are the rest of you doing?
I am screaming as loud as I can and challenging this motherfucking boar to a battle. I'm using what are you waiting for?
Okay. Nice. Yes. It's like going straight towards Tyrion, and then when you start yelling, it's going to like turn sharply and start running towards you instead.
Nice.
Noise.
Thanking accomplished.
And it's going to like lower its tusks and come up to gore you as hard as it can.
I am going to try and grab it by the horns and wrestle this fucking boar to the ground.
All right, give me a defy danger strength.
8. You stumble, hesitate, or flinch.
Okay, so
jeez.
yeah, so you're gonna grab the boar by the horn or by the tusks, and if you got a hold of it, you've avoided its damage. But basically you're at this place where like you have control of it, but you can't let go because the moment you do, it's gonna rend you to pieces. So you're just kind of like locked in this like like in stalemate with it essentially. What are the rest of you doing?
Rhino. Wait, that was the wrong button. I don't know why I did that.
Volley.
Rhino.
Just shooting rhinos.
Yes.
Shooting rhinos.
Yeah, just having a longbow, just firing rhinos, you know.
That's a long bow indeed.
Hold 2.
2 hold, yes.
Okay.
What was my rhino powers again?
I think it was like
Charge, trample.
Yeah, trample.
Yeah.
Yeah, stomp the shit out of anything, you know, in close proximity.
Am I allowed to go? I feel like I just went by the heal. Is it okay if I go ahead and go again?
Yes, because this kind of triggered, like you healed, and then this sort of triggered on Tyrion's action. So this has all happened in kind of like a split second. So Harrison, what are you gonna do?
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and perform another arcane art. Have the hippogriffs like flown off yet?
No, because Tyrion's actually still healing the baby one.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and perform my arcane art. Nice.
Uh,
I'm going to give Harold forward to a damage roll, which he'll get an additional 4 if he
Okay.
hits the thick boy.
Okay.
And I'll kind of like stand defensively by Tyrion, defensively as he can, the little noodle guy, and because he also really wants the hippogriffs to be able to escape.
Okay. And
And I'll say, Harold, hit him good.
Rook, I know you're kind of slinking in the shadows. Is there anything you wanted to do, or did you want it to stay concealed?
I'll say conceal.
Okay. And so let's. Did you indeed want to trample Aziz?
Well, I was gonna go for the gore,
Okay. Yes.
so hopefully free up Harold.
So so spend a hold.
Spend one hold.
Do some damage, and whatever else comes with gore.
I think that's up to you.
Okay, cool.
But I was going for more of a push than a pierce, so
Okay, yeah, I mean we could say forceful and or forceful and messy maybe. But yeah, so you'll do 1 damage, and you'll be able to sort of teeter it off balance. And I'm gonna say which will give Harold the opportunity to make an attack if he would like to.
Absolutely. Yes. And hack and slash. Oh,
Nice.
Very
Okay.
nice.
okay. Time to. I don't want to kill this thing. I want to knock it the fuck out. Okay. That's like why I'm trying to wrestle this thing. But here's the thing. I'm going to add an extra D6 to this, so it's allowed to hit me back.
Okay.
So this will be. Oh god.
don't forget your +4.
Yes.
Yeah.
plus
No.
4.
I also have +2 from my what are you waiting for? So it's a +6.
Oh my god.
It's a D10, a D6, and then +6. That's 16 points of damage.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
As
so
I'm just
and it
just
gets
straight up
turning.
uppercutted a boar.
yeah. I imagine you're doing like some wrestling move on it, like.
He's suplexing it.
Driving at this point. Like, screw it, I'm tombstone pile driving it.
It's definitely going to. You said it gets to make an attack on you.
Yeah, it gets to do damage to me.
Okay. So it'll do 2 damage, and all 2 of that will be piercing, so that'll bypass your armor if you have any.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I had to have armor. Okay.
And so it'll get a good slash in before you're able to sort of contain it to the ground. And yeah, you said you're choking it out.
Yeah.
And
It's like tapping out like this wolf.
And you do indeed tap it. It loses consciousness.
Okay.
Let's sacrifice it to your gods.
You got it.
Hey, we high five again.
Yeah.
Tyrion, the baby begins to begins to move and begins to walk again. It's not it's not completely recovered, but it is definitely able to make its way off with the with its mother.
Tyrion, you're muted.
Oh yeah, we can't hear you.
That's right. I was muted for the barking. I'll just kind of raise my hands up and back slowly away. Nod once.
Now it will approach Aziz. Are you still in rhino form?
No, I'll drop that once the pig loses consciousness.
Now it will approach you, and it will extend its nearly healed wing, and 3 feathers will drop from its wing, and it will kind of give you this like look, and with its eye, as if it's like looking you up and down, almost like it's taking a snapshot maybe, and or whatever the fantasy equivalent is, and then it and its child will fuck off gracefully.
Right. I am gonna pick up the feathers. And I'm going to keep an eye on their departure. Maybe get some high ground, make sure nothing else pops out to mess with them.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and you can see them off safely. Basically, they're going to. Well, actually, they're basically gonna get like a little bit ways down the down the path, and then they're going to take off in flight.
Alrighty.
So, what did those feathers do? Or was it just molting?
No, it was a gift, sign of appreciation. Do I know what's possible to be done with hippogriff feathers?
It's druid shit. You guys wouldn't understand. Like.
Oh yeah. Like immediately, Harrison's like, "Well, gold would be a lot more helpful."
Says he who wants credit for his songs.
Right.
Yeah, that's a completely different like spectrum of argument. Okay.
We'll get that from
No.
that in the brow.
I probably would appreciate it. I mean, I wouldn't know what it was for, but I guess I'm curious. Just
Getting the
because-
respect of a wild animal is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, because I specialize in spells and magics. I figured I'd have to learn about animals or mythical beasts, I guess. So I'd really appreciate it.
And it's always good to have friends out here.
Oh yes. I look eerily into the woods.
I would allow a discern realities, or well, actually, you can talk to it, can't you, Aziz? Yeah, so you can understand. Yeah, you know what it means. You know what it's done. So it's giving you these feathers, which is a so these creatures, they're very haughty creatures, and their plumage is to them a very prized possession. Like the beauty of their feathers is so the fact that it has and often these feathers are or these creatures can be hunted for these feathers. They make excellent fletchings for arrows, and imbuing them with not necessarily a magical quality, but almost like a more accurate quality.
Okay.
But in this case here, this is basically 3 feathers, and each feather you can basically call on the service of a hippogriff 3 times.
Woohoo!
That's not too shabby.
No.
I have to say, I'm glad that we came to take care of this instead of Unibrow's guards.
I'm glad that I wasn't the first one to walk here,
That
because
too.
this wouldn't have happened.
would have gone very different.
Yeah,
It was a mother defending its child.
Exactly.
right. But I wouldn't have known that before I cut the head of it.
Point taken. Point taken.
You did, and that's great. But I wouldn't have. So point taken here.
But we would have gotten a baby hippogriff to raise as the party back.
Harold
That is
the
true, and that is
Animal
pretty
Whisperer.
cool.
Well, there's pros and cons. to everything.
I'm still in the business, by the way.
Just like Rook, you can come out now. Battle's over.
If
You
only
hear
Rook
that?
were here, he would have been so helpful.
You hear nothing.
Alrighty. So Harrison took care of the hippogriff and Harold took care of the boar. Is that the story?
That's the story.
I grabbed the boar. He's still alive but unconscious.
So instead of going down the path, I'm going back the way I came. Like through the bushes over the hill.
Okay.
I figure both me and Rook were sneaking.
Okay.
Yeah, I will go back the same way.
I walked back with Tyrion and Harrison, like the path we took.
Actually, before we go back, I want to heal you, even though it was only 3 points, just so that none of us are injured when we go back.
Oh, fair enough. But I would kind of like the scar, but yeah, sure. Yeah, go for it.
Just so that when we go back, I don't know what's such a big deal. I mean, none of us have been hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it's barely a scratch, but I see your point.
What else comes out that cave?
Which option do you choose?
I'll take the -1.
Okay.
For spells ongoing till I'm. And how much do I heal?
As long as you heal more than 2, you're good.
5.
Hell yeah.
I basically just didn't want to roll a 1. That way,
Yeah.
when we go back, it's like nobody's even hurt here. I don't understand what the problem is. We stroll back. You're carrying a boar that doesn't even that like barely has a. It's like a little wound on its side. It's like got a scratch.
Unscathed,
Like a
unharmed.
black eye, but
Harold
that's
the Great wins again.
So
Harrison singing.
So you guys rejoin with the caravan. Dwemir is watching curiously as you guys return, and he's going to turn back to his guards and say, well, first he's going to inquire. He says, so I see you've caught another beast. Did you take care of the beast at hand?
Harrison did.
Yep, Harrison did.
Not one scratch on me.
How incredibly believable. But
My crew's backing me up.
I whispered Harrison, is that sarcasm? I'm not really sure, is that sarcasm? Like,
It is.
oh, you're a dick.
And you are Harold the Great,
Hellstrom.
I am told.
Yeah. You're still a prick.
And you can see there's like a bristle amongst the the caravan guards are bristling. They're kind of looking towards him, like any movement to kind of go still. They're looking towards him, and he's going to like lift his hand up and sort of like wave them down, and they kind of return at ease. He's however, Clive is going to say from nestled from within the guards, he's going to say, well, I don't believe it. Harrison, that little twit, he might write a good song every now and then, but defeating that creature, I don't believe it. A bard's lie if I ever heard one.
You would know about Bard's lies, wouldn't you, Jizzwallow?
Well, I
Yeah,
have.
what Tyrion said.
I have been known to creatively embellish from time to time, but the heart of all of my stories are true. That can't be
I don't get what the problem is. The way is clear and you're still complaining.
Yes.
Look, I killed the boar. Harrison made the big bird thing fly away.
They're all
What?
Ha!
You made it run away in fear.
You're so good at creatively embellishing. I think you might have learned a thing or two from me.
Exactly as I thought. You coaxed the beast to flee, didn't you? Exactly the underhand tactic
Yeah,
that I
he
would
defeated
expect
the
from
beast.
Bard.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
And
If you make your enemy flee from the battle, you won. You cretin.
and he says, "Oh, I'm sure I can think of lots of things that rhyme with flee." And
Like tiny pee-pee.
and Dwemir is going to approach Harrison, I guess. No, he's too busy embroiled. He's actually going to approach Harold, and he's going to produce a sack of gold, a sack of coin, if you will, and he says, "Payment as promised. Let it be known that Dwemir always keeps his word."
Alright, you're less of a dick. I won't call you dick anymore.
And
Dictomir.
it feels
Dickmere.
it feels 60 coins heavy.
That's a good skill to have.
We just hand all the coin that we find like in a bag to like Harold. How much is it, buddy?
That feels like 73 gold.
Yeah. 62.
Hang on, that one's got a silver in it.
Yeah.
How can you tell? I just know.
So yes,
Only
so,
counting golden enemies.
so 60 coins, and Dwemir turns back to Riker and some of the other people from the caravan that are standing there, and he says, "Well, since we are all together as it is, perhaps we should continue to travel together. The road is rife with bandits, so I hear."
As soon as I can, I want to talk to Fowl about how I held a hippogriff.
And she's more interested in the feathers that Aziz has.
Give me one. Give me one. Let me borrow it. I'll give it back. I won't lose it. I promise. I won't go far. Please, Aziz. You showed me the secret right of the land. Now show me the secret right of your heart. Give it to me. Give it to me. Let me.
I'm still not back at the caravan, so
I'll find you.
You're screaming to the
have
ether.
that conversation momentarily. But I want to talk to Rook while we're hiding in the bushes.
Okay.
So, is
Yeah.
it just me, or do both of those guys need to have an unfortunate accident during this trip?
Well, they do. They
Okay,
definitely do.
just clarifying.
What I'm thinking.
Rabbit ostrich attack.
Set up road signs warning ostriches.
And
I don't know how
especially,
the ostrich got inside the cart.
Crazy.
Beware of rabbit ostriches. Rook sneaks into the bushes, goes like a half-mile up road, hangs up the sign. Oh dear Lord.
But yeah, whenever I gather where you guys had snuck off, so I'm gonna like be patiently waiting near that area.
Basically, I figured we wait till the caravan starts rolling again. And they just kind of step out into the middle.
Yes, that'll work. And then I'll just be straight.
Thank
I need a feather. I'm not gonna use it. I just want to impress Fala.
Yeah, I'd let you borrow.
You're the best. And I will take the feather and I'll run up to Fala. Fala. And I'll eye up the big guy. And I missed your name.
And he just cracks his knuckles in response.
Oh yes, crack. Crack squared. Fala, look at what I have acquired, and I will show her the hippogriff.
She'll take it from you, and she'll look it up and down, and she'll say, this is magnificent. I have.
See, this is actually not mine. I thought it was cool, so I could show you. I can ask that person if you can have it, though. If you just give me a quick second.
Yes, the mood has been slightly soured by this revelation.
No, you can have it. You can have it.
She'll just kind of she'll just give
At
you.
this point, I'm looking for Harrison.
She'll just kind of give you this.
Screaming across
She'll just kind of give you this look like she had a lot of respect for you momentarily, and now that's all just gone. So you see it in her eyes, and she'll give it back to you, and she'll say, thank you for letting me see.
But I did get to heal the hippogriff, and, well, my friend helped with healing its baby. And it was a wonderful experience. Aziz was gifted 3 feathers, and I thought you would like to see one. And I'll just kind of, shyly look down. Now I'm being genuine, I'm not trying to be show-offy and, flamboyant.
And, she says, she says something in her Elvish language that you don't understand, but she'll smile sweetly at you as she says it, and then she will move along.
And I'll look at the big guy, crack squared. What'd she say?
He cracks his knuckles.
Yeah, he just cracks his knuckles again, and then he's gonna follow her.
I'll learn the language someday. Wait, can I remember what she said, and then can I ask Aziz what it means?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll run back to Aziz, and I'll be like, well, she liked the feather, but she didn't like that it was yours, and I was showing it off. So here's your feather back. And what does fancy Elvish word mean here?
Aziz, you are slightly versed on some of the language. However, this goes beyond what you can understand.
Yep, I got no clue.
Nana. Nana.
Harrison's just running her up and down.
Yeah. I'm like, Nana, Aziz, somebody.
Yes, dear.
First of all, how are you doing? It's been a good minute.
I've been well, but there's something important I need to show you.
Then I need to tell you something important so you can help translate it for me.
Okay.
All right, what do you need to show me?
This, and she'll show you the picture again. She says, this is a sophisticated timepiece.
I'm gonna make sure Harold isn't around first, because he'll just fucking, explode.
She says, I believe it's part of some ritual or set of rituals supposed to predict the timing of these rituals.
Do I know if Melvin actually was working on this, or that he was just researching it as well?
You could basically, you've never seen this thing before. I mean, it looks like sophisticated, like it could be, like this is sophisticated stuff. Like this definitely didn't come from anything contemporary. Uh, Even compared to some of the gnomish technology you've seen, this looks very sophisticated, and the knowledge it would require about the heavens to construct is pretty powerful stuff. So
So he was probably just researching it then?
it's possible that it could have been talked about, or researched. Yeah.
Okay. So, Nana, what do you think we should do? Where is this machine, and what will happen if, I suppose it's completed or turned on?
She says, by itself, I don't think it is of any harm to anyone, but in the wrong hands, with the information that it provides, one would know exactly when to cast, to cast certain powerful spells, earth-shattering spells. Possibly even those that led to the demise of the ancient elves.
Where is this device? Is it something that moves around?
And she says, I'm not sure, but, well, it would be a shame if it was in the very ruins that this book was.
Is that where you think it is?
I don't know, child. I really don't.
Okay. I'll discuss that with the group shortly. But another matter of importance is at hand. Do you know what fancy elvish word means?
She says, oh, yes, but I don't think you're going to like it.
I'll love it. Trust me, Nana.
And she says, she'll isolate one of the words from the sentence, and she says, well, you see, moon elves, they don't get married the way that normal folk do, but they are quite monogamous in their love, and that word can loosely translate to husband, and the whole sentence says that my husband wooed me with feathers once. He is sweet like you.
Nana, this isn't you just helping a homegirl out, is it?
She says, I tell you true.
Thank you, Nana, for your time. And I'll sulk out and strum my sad little lute.
As you do, I'm running towards you full speed.
Was in love. I once was in love.
I don't know if I tackle him or just run into him, but
I would die if you tackle me.
yeah, that's not.
My heart
in front of you, like shaking you in your shoulders, like Harrison, wake up! Hey!
Was never the same. What do you want? I'm writing a sad song.
Well, I wrote something.
You wrote something? You can write?
Well, it's in runes, but I did write something, yes, a long time ago.
Oh my!
Because, big brow McGee over there.
Clyde Griswoldo.
Right. Whatever. We hate him, right? He said, yeah.
We want him dead. Yes.
Right. I don't remember the full story, but I do remember being pissed off about it, and I did write something. Because you write stuff, so I wrote one thing. That is kind of like how we do things in my homeland, and I kind of want to perform it. to this guy, to this asshole.
Yes, we'll do it. We need to gather up everybody.
So
You get this half of camp, I get this half.
now I'm thinking like tonight, like I'm assuming there's like some kind of big fire or something where everyone like eats and like make pots and stuff.
Yeah, when you guys make camp.
Yeah. So when we all make camp, we get everyone's attention, and we shit on this guy so bad.
Yes.
In private before we make camp and everything, I'm gonna tell Harrison, so I'm just gonna DM Maddie what I've written.
Yes.
John, I can DM you as well if you want.
Yes, you can.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Love it! I can't wait. And before we make camp as well, I do have to discuss a matter with the group regarding Nana before we roast on Clive.
Okay. Has Nana done something?
No, Nana's an angel sent from the heavens. She's beautiful and wonderful.
I don't remember angels looking like that, but okay. Still, Harold's the only one who knows what she actually looks like.
But once we gather up everybody, Tyrion, Rook, and Aziz, I will explain to you guys. The device that Nana was showing us in the book earlier was a device that can cast very powerful spells and is ultimately what led to the demise of the ancient elves. She's afraid if it gets into the wrong hands, it could be used again. But we don't know where it is. She thought that maybe it was in those elven ruins that we had already been through, but I feel like if we would have come across it, we would have already come across it or felt its energy or something. But I just want to give that as a warning. If we do come across it, we need to be very careful because it's something that is, I feel, very temperamental and out of our control. Not even, like, I heard Melvin Spelvin talk about it a couple of times, but it's something very dangerous.
Well, and to clarify, it's basically a timepiece. So like like how just recently there was like the conjunction of like Jupiter and Saturn and stuff. So it basically like tells you when stuff like that is happening, and then certain spells can be cast that are magnified greatly during that time. So it's basically just a timepiece to tell you when those spells will be magnified.
So kind of like an Avatar when they use that device for the eclipse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly like that. Just looks like this could be a smaller version of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
there
Cool.
was that one door in the ruins we couldn't get open.
And if you recall, the goblin that Harold's giant friend squashed seemed very keen that they be given anything that came out of there, and I doubt they were just looking for blood.
I have no idea what this does. Still, I guess magic be stronger. I'm unsure, but
It
let's
tells
pick
you
it up on the
when
way home.
magic is stronger.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. The Harrison way is long and complicated and like a
Simple,
story,
concise.
like.
Like very simple, concise. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Yeah, Harrison has like 5 pages of story to tell, and like Aziz is like 1 word. So I mean, I don't know if like when we get back from the Blood Bowl we venture back. I don't know. Nana seems concerned, but if she doesn't seem too concerned, she's just worried. Now you know what? Let's bring Nana into the conversation. Can I like scuttle her in?
Yeah, Nana's already there. Duncan's there, and Hera is also there.
Oh God, Hera. But I will look at Nana and I will ask her how urgently this needs to be taken care of. And I mean, what is her goal? Does she want to like deactivate it? Does she want to seal it away?
She says, I don't have any specific plans for the device. However, Tyrion's point about the goblins concerns me. If the goblins were indeed working for Tum Tum the Unbreakable, and they had found the location of the place. It is possible that they could return to the site and extract the device. That is my only concern. Tum Tum is fascinated with magic and uses it to bolster his own power.
Nana, how do you know so much about Tom Tom?
She says, well, I am ashamed to say that I have found myself in his service before.
Oh no, Nana, and I'll give her a comforting hug. You're so brave.
And she'll hug you a little too long. Like she'll linger in the hug.
Yeah, okay.
In your strong hippogriff fighting arms.
Yes. Have you seen the calluses on these fingers? It's from holding a weapon. Is that what they're called? Yeah, so I just wanted to convey that to everybody, and at some point probably want to revisit.
I can agree with that.
Right. We'll grab her on the way home.
So
Oh, excuse me.
so you guys will have some camp time. Hera is interested in speaking to Tyrion. Tyrion, do you like I know you have your holy symbol. Do you have any other do you have your the symbol of your like do you have a tabard with the symbol of
Yeah.
Janek? Is that what it was?
Janrik.
Janek.
Yeah, he's not subtle about this.
Yeah. So she wants to strike up some conversation with you at some point about that. She's this very tall, very powerfully built woman, very very pretty and very strong, and she's also one of the guards that has been hired to protect the same person that you've been hired to protect. And she's had a run-in with the group in the first episode. There was a little misunderstanding about exactly whose side they were on. But
So we just ignore her.
And multiple members of the group seem to have tried to woo her so far.
No.
No.
Oh, no, okay.
We have one individual.
Can you guess who? Can you guess who?
And so she wants to approach you, and she says, Janrik, huh?
Yes.
God of the downtrodden.
Indeed.
I almost joined his service myself.
What prevented you?
Well, I mean, to be honest, if I can be honest with you, I failed someone at one point, and I knew that if I couldn't defend them in their time of need, that I would be no fit for the order.
Nonsense. We all fail at one time or other. But while you still breathe, there is still hope.
Duncan's like, yeah.
Duncan's in the background.
Oh no, yes.
That's a good one. I'm gonna say that tomorrow.
She says, doesn't seem like a lifestyle that pays too well.
Pays well enough to get me where I need to go.
And where are you going?
At the moment, to the arena and the Blood Bowl.
And what then after that?
The path will reveal itself.
How can you be so sure? How can you have so much faith?
I simply do. It has always revealed itself before. It has shown me Harold, who is trying to redeem his people. Along the way, it has brought us to Duncan and the people of Turnip Town, who have been enslaved by the warlord. Human nature is simple. There is always someone trying to put down someone else perceived weaker. It's not hard to look around and find trouble.
And
What's hard?
oh,
What's hard is staying and fighting.
Duncan again is like, yes.
Oh.
Hallelujah.
and she says, I consider myself to be honor bound. I will fight to defend those who have paid me to do so, but I know deep down that I am a coward, and that if I truly felt that my life was in peril, I would flee. And I would survive, but what kind of life? What kind of life is that, living as a coward?
You need to find what you truly believe in. Because what good is, you've said, what good is this gold if you do not truly believe in yourself? When you find what you believe in, what you care about deeply and passionately, then you will find reasons.
And she'll nod, and then she'll switch the conversation to something a little bit more light. She'll start talking about fighting, like about weapons and attack styles, and you use what kind of weapon?
Quarterstaff.
A quarterstaff, yeah. So she's gonna kind of look skeptically at you, at your quarterstaff, and kind of size it up to her blade. She wields a greatsword. She's gonna ask you some like how you use that to defend yourself, and just kind of going over some the finer points of how you fight, and trade some notes with you on how she fights as well, and kind of just have a conversation about that. But she seems to have considered what you've said.
Cool.
You can tell she's on the edge of wanting to believe in something. But yeah. So that's going on. You guys have been brought up to date with the situation with Nana. There was what else needs to happen?
Poor sweet Nana, who's been so poorly treated.
I think there was talk of of having words with Clive. I think Aziz and Rook were also conspiring for an unfortunate event to happen. What else happened?
I also want to try and get a minute with Harold. Amidst all of it.
I'm sorry?
I also want to try and find a minute to pull Harold aside.
Okay.
I think you're catching me when I'm doing my face paint for the ritual that I will perform tonight. My sacrifice.
Sure.
Oh yes. And also, people are really curious about the boar, and they're wondering, are we gonna eat that as a camp, or people are kind of testy about it. They're
I think I'm currently sitting on it and having Harrison help me with my makeup.
Yeah, I'm doing it for you.
Yeah.
So a band of
face and the body.
a band of about 4 dwarves is going to come up, and one of them is going to say, are you going to be using it as a cushion all night, or are we going to throw that thing on the fire, have a proper meal?
It's not for eating. At least not for us.
He says it's not for eating. What else would it be for? What, you gonna ride it around like a mount?
I'm going to sacrifice it to my gods. Now leave me be.
Sacrifice, and they start talking to one another about how stupid of an idea is, and then they're going to start listing off all the ways that you can cook that you can carve up and cook pork.
Listen here, you don't know who this is. This is Harold the Great, strength of 10,000 men. He could break you over his knee and eat you for campfire dinner.
And you don't know who I am. I'm Doondrop.
Obviously not.
I'm Doondrop the Magnificent, and I've got a cock as long as his blade.
Doondrop, more like poop drop.
I take
What
out my
are
dagger
you?
like this blade.
Ah!
Yeah, his dwarf friends are gonna like really they're gonna like crack up laughing, and he's gonna get all steamed up, and he says
You wanna arm wrestle?
he says arm wrestling's for those who can't fight. And if you're looking, he says, if you're looking for a challenge, I'll fight you. Unless you want to
Alright,
finish
Harold.
putting on your makeup first.
Oh yes,
It's
let us
actually
do
quite
that.
important.
Yeah, let's finish that, and then I'll sit on the board, and then Harold, you can fight him. So let me get your back.
Not worth fighting.
Oh, yeah. As I'm saying, I'm like, I pull back the brush, like.
Yeah. So there's
Sounds
so he's gonna rattle off a string of dwarven explicatives, which are far too foul for me to name. And
Are you? Quick question: are you related to who's the guy from Turnip Town?
what was
Can't remember his name.
Joffrey, I think.
Yeah.
Joffrey.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask if he's
Yeah.
related to if he knows Joffrey, because they seem very similar.
He's going to take great offense to that. It's just like, oh, it must be a dwarf. Oh, every dwarf must know one another. Ah, oh, Joffrey, we go way back. Ah.
Why does every race hate that except humans? I don't understand this.
So, does that mean you are and you just don't like to talk about it, or you're not related?
And
Oh no.
and he says, oh, let's name all the Joffreys I know. And he's gonna start rattling off a dozen Joffreys with a dozen different surnames, and it actually does sound like he knows every other dwarf.
So, you do know Joffrey from Turnip Town.
And he says, as a matter of fact, I do. Oh yeah, exiled that one was.
For what reason?
Well, wouldn't you like to know, little storyteller? And
I bet you I could tell you the story, actually. About
You
a
have
lore.
anything better to do? Like, honestly, anything? Like, leave me the fuck alone already.
come now, let's let him let him waste a perfectly good meal as a cushion. And they fuck
It's
off.
a sacrifice.
Sacrifice it to my magnificent cook, and they'll fuck off.
What an asshole.
Fucking weirdo.
Let's finish your makeup now, shall we?
Thank you, yes.
So at this point, Tyrion, you wanted to approach Harold.
Right, but we can take care of Aziz and Rook first.
Okay. What do you guys have planning? Or what are you guys planning?
I don't know. I'm wondering if, I'm wondering if he should eat something bad or get trampled by one of his animals. One or the other. I mean, we can't just do the classic dagger in the back. At least not on the one guy.
We can poison their supper. It just so happened I happen to know a poison expert.
Is it you?
apiece.
So, what would you like to do?
That's
What using the book? Would I be able to find a particularly nasty combination?
Yeah. If you want to spout lore, and you can add a +1 to that, I think is what it does. Bag of books.
That's a 10.
Okay.
Mm. He's always special.
Give me 1 second.
And I imagine this makeup that we're doing, Harold, is like usually for you it's like a quick, like you just kind of smudge it on, but like me, I'm being like very meticulous. I'm like, the lines need to be perfect.
Yeah, the thing is, Harold is completely fine with that because this is a fucking ritual. Like, it needs to be fucking on point. Otherwise, I'm disrespectful to the gods.
Yes, they're already mad at you. You're like, take as much time as you need.
So, so you can find a particular poison constructed from a fairly common plant. It takes a moment to work with. I don't have a name for this poison. Let's call it. I'm sure this exists somewhere in popular fiction. Bloodroot. Does that exist somewhere?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Probably.
so we'll call it Bloodroot, and like I said, it's fairly common, so you might be able to spend some time foraging for it and come up with some. However, it is extremely dangerous to handle, even for the poison expert here. But if prepared properly and applied properly, it should be potent enough to kill someone very quickly.
well. This so happens I have some serpent tears. I have one use.
And what does that do? To be determined.
It's extremely
Um,
poisonous.
Anyone dealing damage to the target rolls twice and takes the better result. And so if you wanted to use that, I guess I would just allow you to roll, Rook allow you to roll your damage twice and take the higher result. Like if you were to apply it to someone's food or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that would require us to then attack.
Mm.
No, it wouldn't.
I would just let him use his damage die for the effect.
Oh.
But I think the only difference between the two, I think the one that you're reading about, Aziz, is more potent and will definitely kill, and his has a chance of not being as effective of not killing. But the one you discovered is definitely more dangerous to handle, and the one he can handle pretty adeptly.
Okay.
You would have.
Would you like to take?
It depends. If you can afford some.
I can try.
And I suppose you want me to handle it.
If you would like.
You're the sneakiest.
You are.
Okay.
I mean,
I will
I
trust you.
think I can prepare it, right? Because I've got the recipe and all that.
You have the recipe, but it's just difficult to handle. Like like if you're not practiced at handling it, like if it absorbs through the skin and you're not practiced handling it, it could end up hurting you very badly as well.
Do you
Right.
think? I know I'm not there, but do you think maybe Fala or Nana could help? They seem to be magically or like inclined with nature, I guess.
I don't think either of those two would be able to, but
And I wouldn't ask.
So is Rook adept at like making poisons, or is he just
he's adept at making his specific poison that he handles, and then later on, I think he can. I think if he works with something, he can he can become more familiar with it and ignore the dangerous tag on it, I believe.
Yeah,
Well,
almost.
what is required for serpent tears? Is that something I can forge?
Yeah, I mean, find some snakes laying around.
Cry, bitch.
Yeah, and that's actually something included with his move that he can. If he has time, he can actually gather those materials and safely brew them. The only downside of the serpent's tears is that it's not a guaranteed kill. It would there's a possibility that it won't kill the man.
we don't know anybody else in the caravan has these skills, so it would be risky.
Now there could be someone in the caravan who has these skills, but most likely it would cost gold.
Right. Plus, bring suspicion.
Plus, yeah, suspicion or you'd probably have to pay for discretion.
Yeah, I'm broke.
Yeah, it might be more expensive than the actual service.
Unless you want to tell me of your plan. What is my arcane art again? I think I can give you.
I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. I'm gonna let you guys talk it amongst yourselves.
You can. Next time someone successfully assists the target with aid, they get +2 instead of +1. But I don't know if that would work. I'd have to ask John about that.
Yeah, I mean,
Since he conveniently went to the restroom, I don't know if that would work.
and anybody that has a bond with someone, and we all have bonds with each other, can roll to aid.
Oh yeah, so like Aziz
all get
and
+1s.
yeah, Aziz and Rook. I thought it was actually +2.
It's +1. Your spell.
Oh, because the one bond.
No, you add the number of bonds to the
roll
success number.
Okay.
So we each have
and
a
then
bond.
they would get +1.
Okay.
Yeah, they take +1, and then your thing would change it to a +2.
Yes.
Well, if you are willing to forge the blood weed or whatever poison you
Blood
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 root,
weed.
yeah, I would be willing to try.
Okay. And then I will aid you with the preparation.
Did you want me to
Oh, definitely.
sing you a song? Kill him, kill him, kill him. I hope you will die.
Yeah, I would inform the rest of the group about this. There's no one outside. Well, hold on. Let's wait till John gets back.
Yeah. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
We can all aid with it.
We're all aiding.
Aiding and abetting.
What's up?
So, Aziz is going to tell you the plan.
So, I am going to let the rest of the group know about our plan.
Okay.
which is basically we've got a warlord lieutenant that likes torture right here in front of us. And we have a murdering, thieving asshole of a bard also in front of us. And I think if they both, ate something that didn't agree with them and died in the night, it wouldn't be a bad thing, would it?
No, I do not disagree at all.
Why do I got a bad feeling about this?
Mm.
Let's talk methods.
So,
Well, I found a particular recipe of a rather dangerous concoction that we can find and brew up.
I will sing to aid your aiding. If the rolls allow me. If not, then sad.
Well, I think he means how we're going to introduce the poison.
Food or drink, spike a bottle of wine.
I'm thinking wine or drink, some sort of drink.
Yeah.
We have 60 coins.
Because
Bash
food.
them over the head with it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Harold's like, so what we do is we throw him down his throat. But I rolled an 8 on my singing whenever we get to that, which means I draw unwanted attention.
Is that for the brewing of it, or is that for the application?
Yeah, so I get to the next time someone successfully assists the target with an aid, they get +2 instead of +1.
Okay.
So they would, whoever is aiding who on the making, they would get +2 instead of +1 because they're bond.
Okay.
So yeah, the plan was I was going to forage the root. Rook was going to brew it, and I was going to aid with the brewing.
Okay. So Rook will actually make the defy danger roll, and then Aziz, you can aid him with that, and then if you succeed in aiding him, you will get a +2 instead of a +1. Now, Harrison, you said you.
I rolled an 8, so I draw unwanted attention to my magic.
Okay.
So am I going?
It. Fucking Duncan rolls in as they're plotting to murder somebody.
Hey guys, I heard about the murder we're doing tonight. Big question, right?
So I also rolled an 8.
Oh, Jesus.
Which he still gets the +2, but it also exposes myself to danger, retribution, or cost.
Now is that 8? That's is that plus the?
That is with the +2.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. So he gets a +2, but yeah, exposes yourself to danger, retribution, or cost. Okay. Oh, let's see.
This plan is not going well.
And I have to roll defy danger to brew it. That con?
However, you get to however you would fictionally do it. I would.
I would say con, but I would say wisdom if I got to choose. But
I mean, could be Dex like handling it carefully.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Dexterity for handling it carefully, or like jumping back if it splashes back, like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
Ooh.
Wait, doesn't he get a +2 for that though?
He does get the +2.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in there.
Thank God, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He gets 2+2 from the aid from Aziz. So worst outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. Okay. So
Wow, this is a shitty poison making session.
Meanwhile, the muscle bros are just hanging out, being bros, talking about shit.
Do.
okay, so let's see. We have a couple things that are gonna happen here. At some point during the process, Aziz, you're basically gonna save save Rook from a terrible mistake. Maybe something threatens to spill over, and you're gonna like reach over, steady it, or you will somehow you'll help him circumvent a disastrous mistake that would have possibly taken his life or put him into a very, very bad situation. That being said, possibly because of the mistake, you're only going to get enough for one application of this poison. That will be the worst outcome.
No! God damn it. I know what I want, but I know what it has to be.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Looks like the bar lives.
No.
And I think, let's see, what was the other one?
There's some consequence for me as well.
Yes. However, it will not be immediate.
What about my unwanted attention?
I think that will be immediate.
Which is always wanted.
I think that will be immediate. I think Hera is going to stumble upon your guys' little brewing session over here.
Little meth lab?
Yes. And she's going to approach as she does with a big yawn, and she says, how is everyone? What are you up to?
I immediately, in my equipment, I have a halfling pipe leaf. I will take that out. I will light it. Take a couple puffs. Having a good time. How about you, Hera? And I'll offer the halfling pipe leaf.
She'll kind of look at it strangely, like she doesn't quite know what to do with it.
You smoke it. Hide the poison. You like this?
She says she'll take a little puff off of it and cough, and then she'll say, smoking's fine, but is that some alcohol you're distilling over here?
No.
Yeah, Z's, explain what it is.
Come now, I know we've had our differences along this journey, but if you're harboring some good hooch, don't be stingy.
No,
It's not hooch. What I'm saying.
Well, what is it?
It is a concoction that I coat my spears with to take down game faster.
And she kind of that's believable. And no, she doesn't say that, but she kind of like muses it around in her head. But she's definitely going to be hanging out for the rest of the time. So she's just there now, which may hinder the application process.
Right.
She'll take another toke off of the halfling weed pipe.
Tyrion.
We just
And
call it.
She likes you. She likes you, Tyrion. Get her out of here.
I think that's been my favorite joke of the thing. and so she'll but then she'll just be trying to talk to you guys and like trying to be all chummy and shit.
Yeah, I tell Tyrion, I'm like, she likes you. Get her out of here.
Harold and I have stepped outside. have anything to do during this process. But the muscle boys are just outside. I'm gonna have my little conversation.
Yeah.
So you can poke your head out and be like, psst.
Yeah. I'll be like, psst. Tyrion. Would you like some pipe?
Calling you.
Would you like some pipe, please?
I'm fine, thank you.
I need your help.
What is it?
Hera won't leave me alone. I never thought I'd have. Send her away.
Just get her to bed and it's fine.
That's your job. Apparently, Mr. I go to tents after Harrison fails.
I mean, if you fail, they're not yours at all.
And they're not yours either.
No, they're free women. That is exactly why I pursue them.
Anyway, Tyrion, I need you to get her distracted. She likes you.
Give me a moment with Harold, and then I'll be.
Just make it quick. Please.
Certainly. As we're done
Thank
discussing
you.
life and death, we'll be right in.
And
Okay, I've heard enough.
meanwhile, inside Aziz and Rook, Hera will be saying, I heard that they used to plunge their blade into a dead animal that had been rotting, and coat their blades with that to apply a similar sort of effect.
In war,
That's for
in combat, that would be good because it would leave your enemy festering. However, that would spoil the meat if you were going after game.
Ah, yes. She says, "You'll have to forgive me. I tend to make everything about war."
Well, it's still a good information to have. But something we're trying to avoid here.
Harris.
I wander back in. Hera, I believe Tyrion was calling for you out there by the fire.
And she says, I didn't hear anything.
Oh, that's because I just got done talking to him. He said he needed to speak to you.
Why couldn't he come tell me himself?
I'll be honest with you, Hera. I think it's because he likes you. He's a little shy. I mean, he's a clergyman. I don't think he's ever laid with a woman, let alone know how to talk to one.
Oh.
Wow.
So I think whatever he needs to speak to you about is very important. Are you crying, John? What the hell? Your face is so red.
I know, like a red oni. She's going to say, she's gonna blush. Actually, she doesn't know what to say about that. She's going to confide in you, Harrison. She says, he seems like a just man, a good man.
Oh, absolutely. Have you seen his golden hammer? And I'll wiggle my eyebrows.
Oh God.
She's going to playfully sock you in the shoulder, but it's gonna really hurt. Like,
I will make sure that gold hammer is on my person.
and then she'll say, well, if you can keep a secret, and I trust you like friends. I'm not too experienced myself. I'm afraid my.
Oh shit! Sorry. Well, maybe you two can learn together tonight.
She continues to be flush in the face, but resolute. She says, I don't give myself to just any man.
Well, maybe you should see what he wants to talk about. Maybe he wants to take you on a date first.
And she says, all this talk of romance has made me need to piss.
Oh, what a woman.
And she's going to step out of the cart, walk briskly past Tyrion and Harold, and away. So.
Tyrion, not knowing anything that's going on, smile and wave at her.
Yeah, I wave as well. Like I don't fucking know. Like
She'll avert her gaze quickly and disappear off into the darkness.
I feel like the muscle bros look at each other and shrug.
What's wrong with her? Finish the poison before somebody else walks in.
What were you guys discussing? Tyrion and Harold. Anything in particular, or just?
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to talk to you about the possible futures that are going on. I do have a way to ease your mind. There is a spell I can do to ask guidance from my gods. I have 2 rocks here, a light stone and a dark stone. The light stone represents the decision to continue to fight in the arena. The dark stone represents changing your mind. Lay them on the ground. I want you to reach for one, and then I will cast guidance from my gods. And they will shine over which one they wish you to.
all right, I'm game.
This could give you certainty, but it could cloud things even further. Or they may choose not to weigh in at all. But
Right.
if it will help clear your head, my friend, it is something I am willing to try.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Let's do it.
And after your sacrifice tonight, it may change. So I can try it again then as well. I thought maybe some clarity or some calm going into your ritual might be beneficial.
That is very sweet of you to do. Thank you.
I have your back, my friends, throughout this entire mission, whatever it takes. And it is a 9.
Okay.
Which means I'm going to also lose this spell until tomorrow.
Okay. Are you? And you're casting guidance, right?
I am casting guidance.
Okay.
Which means that the symbol of my deity will appear and gesture toward the course of action they would have me take and disappear. So he's reached. So I cast it and say, Harold, reach for a stone.
I was just thinking. I wish there was some way to get Rook like over here and touching one of these with your literal holy symbol on him. But I don't think there's a way to pull it off. So
that'd be hilarious if Rook walked out just as the golden
Yeah.
hammer appears in the air.
I can see the golden hammer starts like pulling towards the stones, and Rook is pulled with it.
So that's what happens, right? The golden hammer will appear over one of the stones.
That's how I tried to set it up so that
Okay.
the choices were clear. And
Okay. So what does Harold have to do?
he just has to kind of make the intention towards choosing one of the stones, and then basically the gods will say whether they want it. So by alighting on one of the 2 stones, I figure the gods will either endorse his choice or oppose his choice.
Harold, which stone do you reach for?
Was it the dark stone that was fighting in the arena?
The light stone was fighting in the arena. The dark stone was backing out on your.
Okay, then he definitely goes for the light stone. Yeah.
Okay. And as you do, the hammer will appear above your hand. And thus above the stone that you're clutching.
The gods
This was the good outcome, right?
Yes. This means that the gods are on your side. At least my gods are. I I don't know about your gods. Do the
My
ritual,
gods are very fickle.
do the sacrifice, appease them, but know that Janrik and our pantheon are with you, as am I. And take comfort.
I
That you
will.
are doing the right thing.
Thank you, friend. This eased a lot of weight from my shoulders. Ugh. I'm gonna see how things are going in the tent.
Yeah. Let's go see if anybody's, lit anything on fire. And
It's starting to smell a bit. I don't know why. It's a bit stingy.
Harrison did say that we were needed in there, but I thought it was for Farah.
Right. It seems like she needed you for something. I don't know.
Shall we?
Yeah.
We did it.
So I believe we have moved on to the application phase.
Yeah.
So what's the plan?
Yeah.
Real quick,
Port.
Tyrion, Hera needs to speak with you out. In other words,
I'm not sure she does. She walked by very quickly, did not look at either of us, though we waved and smiled.
Right. She seems really awkward. Like she did not want to speak to us.
Tyrion, can I confess something in you, my good friend? And I'll put my hand on your shoulder. I think Hera really likes you, and I think she's embarrassed and doesn't know how to deal with her feelings.
That is very odd. I thought you liked.
Oh, no, I moved on from her. I'm on with Fala now. One way or another. She's gonna break my heart. So Hera's all yours, but I think you should go speak with her. I don't know if she knows what her feelings truly are. And I think you could figure them out for her as well.
I'm not needed here.
No, it's all good. We got Aziz and Rook here doing their poison thing.
Harold, make sure Harrison doesn't hurt himself.
I'll try. If you hurt yourself, but I'll try.
We do the manly arm and back clasp thing.
Manly men.
Men.
And I'll head off as their chair.
Okay.
I say Godspeed.
So okay, so you'll go off to Hera. What are the rest of you doing?
Now, go ahead, Rook. You can do the application.
So you're trying to put it into somebody's. First of all, which target are you going after?
I don't know. That's to be discussed.
Well, if we only have one, yeah, I mean, we just found out we only have one dose's worth. So.
Wait, you're planning a killing in here without me?
I mean,
It's
I would.
a stealth killing, not for glory. Didn't figure you would be that interested.
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay. That's in the corner.
I mean, that bard had pretty fancy clothes. That means he's probably got a pretty good sized purse, but probably not what y'all had in mind.
Can I? Let's see. Yeah, that's not really. helpful?
Well, first of all, are the I don't know.
Well, the warlord's lieutenant would probably draw the most attention.
Is he outside by himself, or he's got an audience?
Who?
Oh, what was his name? The round man.
Swimmer.
Swimmer. Okay, yeah.
Weasel.
No, he is in his cart. He's got guards. So basically you'll have to find a way to bypass the guards, and then I guess Rook, if he wanted, could scout out any other security measures that might be in play as well. And then the cart is a somewhat confined space, so there might be some inherent danger to that as well. Like is he alone in there? Is he sleeping? So there's a couple unknowns there as well.
Well, perhaps we should wait till daylight when we're moving and catch him when he's out.
There's also a chance you could intercept some food that's being brought to the cart and maybe poison that as well. There's a chance for that, possibly, which would have its own danger inherent to it. So, like, just having to slip it into the food or the drink without anybody noticing and stuff like that. So.
Okay.
For Dwemir, Clive, while not necessarily guarded by guards all the time, he's definitely entertaining a decent number of people, and so he's kind of always surrounded by people.
Plus, and like just narratively speaking, I feel like it's too easy to take Clive out right now anyway.
However, if he does go out, who's gonna play the Vulture's arena?
How sad. I mean, like, out of character.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. So let's
maybe we could just come up with something to make Clive sick.
That works.
But if we can only kill one of them, I vote Warlord.
And I understand that. Like, in character, it's tragic. Out of character, it's alright.
By the way, I've told them what spells I can cast, right? In the past, do you think that's fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're familiar with your abilities.
Because it probably a useful information for them to have. And remember right now would be that I can cast invisibility.
Oh, I have that too.
No.
Harrison.
I just got it. You can't be mad at me. I just got a spell book.
You're planning an assassination, and you just happen to remember you can make
Well,
people.
he's Tyrion said it. I couldn't help but remember. Touch an ally, nobody can see them.
Okay.
They're invisible. The spell persists until the target attacks or you dismiss the effect.
Means if they just drop off like a poisoned bottle of wine or plate of food or something, that's not an attack.
Yeah, I mean, whoever wants to be the one to do it, I can cast invisibility. I totally forgot about that.
And what other options did you have, Tyrion?
Just invisibility.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have like healing and guidance and you know.
Yeah, I have light, prestidigitation, unseen servant, alarm, charm person, contact spirits, detect magic, invisibility, magic missile, telepathy.
I
Unseen
have hack and
servant though.
slash.
Wow.
That's all she
You
Yeah.
just that.
It has load 3 and carries anything you hand to it. Cannot pick up items on its own and can only carry those you give to it.
I can cast fist, dagger, and axe, and that's about it.
And
Axe
boar
is a useful
wrestling.
spell.
All right, that is true.
I-
You learned it today.
I want to ask John, with the unseen servant, it says it can only carry things, it can't pick up things unless
It's
given to. I was just going to ask, do you think it would be able to distribute?
I believe it's pretty limited. I don't think you can.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you can use it for like.
Well, yeah, that's why I wanted to ask. I just didn't know. It didn't say anything about it not being able to use items.
Yeah, it's pretty limited. It basically let me read the spell real quick though, just to make sure. Yeah, it basically just carries stuff. It's like
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, I have invisibility, detect magic, contact spirits, charm person. Whatever y'all want, I can try to cast.
Now, something we'll also have to address with you being a new to the spellcasting is that the your move that allows you to prepare spells will I think it will only allow you to prepare spells chosen from your spellbook whose total levels don't exceed your own level +1. So
Oh, so it'd be like one cantrip, one spell.
now your cantrips you get all the time, but I think the spells you're level 2, right? So I think, or you're a level 1 wizard. So you'd only be able to prepare two level 1 spells at this time. But that's for future. That's for future reference. For now.
Okay,
you can
yeah,
do
I didn't
whatever
know
spell.
that. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's fine.
But that is weird. That, well, cast a spell, prepare spells, and spellbook are 3 different moves.
Yeah.
That's just weird how that is.
Yeah, the spellcasting system's a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a while to get used to it. But I failed so much, I leveled fast.
Well, I mean, just like specifically in her case, where she took the move from someone else. I mean,
yes. Now the if you take she took the starting move, cast a spell, in the book they say they tell you that since it relies on those other 2 moves, you automatically get those as well.
oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
there you go. Confusion alleviated.
So,
Yeah,
what's
I
the
played-
plan? Stands.
Well, judging by the time, I say we take some time to think about it.
Reconnoiter, watch their schedules and such.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can do that. We have the poison prepared, so
Yeah, we need to roast the shit out of Clive next time, and Hera and Tyrion need to talk. I have an evil laugh.
And before we end the stream real quick, Tyrion, so you've gone to see Hera at the request of Harrison, right?
Yes.
So you're out there, you're sort of leaving the light of the bonfire in the middle of camp, going towards where you've been told Hera is. What are you doing?
I'm just looking for her. I kind of looking around carefully, trying to see where she is, because Harrison told me she was there and wanted to see me. So Harrison wouldn't lie.
No, never.
No, it's getting a little harder to see outside the campfire.
Do I have any light in the area?
Or I imagine you could grab like a torch and take it
Yeah,
with
I'll
you.
probably grab a torch. Take it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. And so as you're moving out towards the outside the camp, you can hear like the clatter. You hear the sudden clatter of stones and a voice that says, "Who goes there?"
Tyrion, who's there?
You're gonna hear this like gasp, and she says, Hera says, she she says she gasps. Yeah, she gasps and she says, "Excuse me, I'm quite indecent."
Oh, I beg your pardon. I turned my back.
You can hear
And
the
lower the torch.
you can she says a moment later, do you mind going back to the camp?
No, not at all. I only came out because Harrison said you wished to speak with me.
She says, I'm gonna beat that bloody bard to a pulp.
That's fair. Just don't kill him. He's under my protection. Do you need the light? I can leave the torch.
She says, put the light down.
Oh, it's down. It's down. I'm just asking if you want me to leave it for you. I can stick it in the ground as
That would
Gentlemen.
that would be good. Thank you.
And I just stick it in the ground and I just walk back to camp without it.
Oh, hey! Shared Experience just hosted us and just rated us.
Nice.
So nice.
Hey.
It's so unfortunate that we are like right at the end.
know, right?
But hey, but thank you so much, Shared Experience. We love you. We love you. We love you.
We can also share the experience with the people we raid.
We totally will. So we basically just finished up the night. Do you want to go?
Big Bees is playing.
Oh yeah, let's totally go see Big Bees here in just a second. Plastered, go ahead and rep your channel.
Plastered Dragon at TV/The Plastered Dragon. We're a charity stream. We do D&D. We do video games. We do just random silliness. And we love hanging out at the Sturge and doing fun stuff with the gang here. Awesome place to be, awesome people to be with, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Even when Fort Puff pimps me out for awkward
Yes.
You're not sorry, not even a little bit.
Okay, maybe a little bit.
Well, cool. Well, thank you so much for playing with us tonight, Plaster Dragon. Thank you, Mort Cake, and then of course Deacon Smith,
The
Fort
usual
Puff,
Sturge
and Terry,
crew.
the usual Sturge crew. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. If those of you in the chat, make sure you check out dndwow.com. If you use our code theactionsturge, you can get 10% off of a big fat 33mm D20 metal color changing D20. They're something amazing to behold. So check that out, and you can use our code to get a discount on them. And let's go ahead and pass the raid along. Fork Puff, do you have it lined up?
Do they have
No, I do not.
Okay, I can get it lined up. What'd you say, Plastered?
I said, do they have D30s?
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 I don't know. Deacon, do they have D30s?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go
But
say. Go ahead.
I have one.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. You've got every dice. You got every dice imaginable. All right, let's go say hey to Big B's. He streams D&D all the time. However, he is playing Phasmophobia right now, but we love him anyway. So let's go say hi to him and pass along the raid. Thank you so much for coming tonight. You can catch us up here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and just thank you so much for stopping in.
Have a nice night.
Have a nice night.
Night.
Bye bye.
Cool. So that has been